All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Just going to reflect on what we talked about. We had our WWE Friday Night SmackDown review, our Monday Night Raw preview. We talked about WWE PLEs going back to Sundays during UFC Fight Night Saturdays. And we talked about our Memorial Monday. We talked about the late, great, the amazing, the man, the myth, the legend, the most honestly honored and respectable. Definitely one of the best King of the Ring Intercontinental Champions I've ever seen. Owen Hart, so WWF superstar overall. So definitely got to respect my man's. And let's go ahead and end it all. We have our Monday Night Wrestling power rankings. So like I said, we're going to do the men's today. We will focus on the women's mañana. So make sure you stay tuned with that. So let's go ahead and dig right on into it. So we have our first guy we're going to talk about. We have Jon Moxley. Love Jon Moxley. I have him at number 10. Definitely been making waves in terms of the independent wrestling circuit and also New Japan and AEW. So love Jon Moxley. Definitely think he's going to be a huge top 10, a huge guy going more toward like where AEW kind of wants to be at the end of kind of because they kind of need him. They need Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley's an absolute like beast. He's a badass. He's like, that he's that wild thing. So definitely love, Jon Moxley in terms of that. And right now, oh God, I hate it when this happens. This is my studio. It's kind of messing with me. So it looks like I'm gonna have to, freestyle it, which kind of, is kind of a little better because we, running out of time. So it's, let's wrap this up. So like I said, at number 10, I had Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley, definitely one of the best wrestlers in the industry right now. So, love Jon Moxley. And number 5, I have Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher has been absolute dynamite. The Ring of Honor television champion has been I think he has a lot of good things ahead of him. Definitely young talent. I kind of, see him as like a young, like Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, who's going to make it into that world championship title, run. It's just going to be interesting when, they decide to pull the trigger on that. So at number 8, I have Trick Williams. Trick Williams whooped that trick. Definitely making waves in the NXT. Definitely fought some, Ilya Dragunov. He fought, Carmelo Hayes. Now he's going to fight Noam Dar. The reason why I kind of have him a little low is because of his match with Noam Dar. I feel like Noam Dar is not much of a threat in terms of Trick Williams. He's kind of a smaller guy. And I'm not hating on small dudes because I'm a small guy. But I don't know. I just think there could be a bigger star kind of coming to NXT to kind of fight him. I want to see that. I want to see what they decide to do after this whole Noam Dar thing ends because Noam Dar holding the NXT World Heavyweight Championship would kind of be a joke. But, like I said, not trying to throw shade. I'm just trying to look at it from a wrestler's perspective, the organizational perspective, and just like, come on, dude. Like, that would make no sense. So, all right, number 6, we have the broken Matt Hardy. Love that the moment that Matt Hardy signed a contract, he absolutely started making waves in the TNA. And the best thing about it was that he was able to, kind of, regroup his team, kind of hype him up to be able to fight and beat the champions on the greatest platform that TNA's ever seen. You have the greatest tag team match, an 8-man tag team match, an 8-on-8 tag team match that was absolutely berserk. And Matt Hardy was able to kind of, gather the troops, round the troops, fight this war. Let's win, baby. Love Matt Hardy. Number 5 had Logan Paul. Logan Paul, like I said, him and himself, he might not be the overall likable guy, but you got to respect him. He lured Cody Rhodes into this match thinking that Cody Rhodes had a chance of being a Grand Slam champion. Because think about it, 2 weeks ago when they did have that promo where Cody Rhodes was like, you know what, but I've never had a chance of being a United States champion to win that prestigious Grand Slam, championship. And Cody, at that time, Logan Paul could have been like, nah, dog, this isn't for my championship, dude. You haven't done anything to earn a shot at my championship. And, he could have told him that. But ultimately, he got to the point where he could, because I think Cody Rhodes would have denied the challenge. Although he doesn't really deny challenges, but honestly, this kind of was able to kind of, bait and hook, bait and switch, whatever it's called. Cody Rhodes, he threw the contract in his face last Friday night SmackDown, just antagonized the crap out of him. So, I see Logan Paul at number 5. Number 4, we have Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland is single-handedly keeping AEW afloat. I honestly don't see Christian Cage dethroning Swerve Strickland, but I've been loving the promos. Been loving the promos you see on Collision and on Dynamite. So, and he's been a great wrestler. He's been a great champion. Absolutely loves Swerve Strickland, so I don't think he's going anywhere. Number three, you have Jey Uso. Jey Uso's number three in my wrestling power rankings solely because he's going to be the future of the World Wrestling Entertainment. Definitely building up. Like I said, I think that he's going to win the King of the Ring, ultimately getting Paul Heyman as his wise man, and Paul Heyman kind of starting from scratch about this whole bloodline because the young bloodline is not worth it. It's going to be interesting to see how Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce kind of work a trade in terms of Paul Heyman, but if that happens differently, I'll hate it, but at the same time, I love it because I'm predicting it. And the reason why I love professional wrestling is because it's unpredictable. So, kind of like a double-edged sword there. Number two, I got Cody Rhodes. Obviously, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, still on fire, still looking unbeatable. Definitely one of the best wrestling superstars that we had in this day and age. Love that he came back to WWE. He was great in AEW. Definitely one of the founding fathers. Would love to maybe have him go back to maybe hit a promo, kind of opening up that forbidden door that WWE has always kind of been a part of. WWE has always been afraid of interacting with TNA Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan Professional Wrestling, and also the AEW. So it'd be interesting to see that. Number one on my wrestling power rankings, I have Damian Priest from the Judgment Day. Damian Priest, honestly, guys, he's the new face of Monday Night Raw, like it or love it. And like I said before, they're prepping him up to ultimately be kind of like the new baby face. Like you have Finn Balor right now. You kind of have them. I feel like they're kind of colluding behind Damian Priest. They got Carlito, JD McDonough, and Rey Mysterio are obviously very, very frustrated. Dominic Mysterio, sorry, are obviously very frustrated with the way Damian Priest wants to handle the Judgment Day. For them, they feel like Judgment Day is all about attacking and winning matches the cheap way. When Damian Priest doesn't want to be that type of champion. Although it's been given that the reason why Damian Priest still has his championship is because JD and Finn Balor. So ultimately, I feel like if they're willing, if they honestly want to have people perceive Damian Priest as a noble champion and as the babyface, I think it kind of needs to start happening now sooner than later. The moment that Damian Priest, he embraced Carlito, he embraced Finn Balor, he's like, sorry guys. Honestly, I kind of didn't like that. I kind of thought ultimately if you have Damian Priest trying to become a babyface, you want to, he would have crashed into the dressing room, be like, hey, man, what the hell are you guys doing? I had that, this, that, and the other. And, but then again, that could have been like, okay, this guy's delusional as crap. But ultimately, I have Damian Priest at number one in my power rankings because ever since Roman Reigns has left the WWE, you've seen Cody Rhodes on SmackDown, yes, but it was to the point where since Roman Reigns was such a dominant champion, you kind of saw him go back and forth on Monday Night Raw. So the moment the brand split happened, officially again, it was kind of insecure about what was really going to happen on Monday Night Raw because we all knew Cody was going to SmackDown. So it's been kind of cool to see Damian Priest try to cut these promos. He cut a pretty good promo against Drew McIntyre last week. So, definitely interested to find out what's going to happen tonight in terms of, Monday Night Raw. I'm going to watch it as soon as I get done with this. Like I said, I have not watched a single shred of content on the social media, Twitter/X, Instagram, TikTok, yada, yada, yada. Haven't turned it on my TV. I'm going to go in there blind just like my fans, just like you guys are. So definitely looking forward to that. So, guys, that's the end of my show. Thank you for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button. Always, always, always leave a positive review. Tell me how handsome I look. Just kidding. No, tell me how much you love the content. Tell me what you want me to talk about more in terms of wrestling. Maybe you want me to talk about the TNA a little more, the NWA, because the NWA is gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. It's going to the the CW. It's NWA Power. It's gonna be a great show. Can't wait to start watching that. And we also invite you guys to like us on and subscribe to Twitter/X, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Like I said before, if I haven't made you a wrestling fan by now, the NBA playoffs are heating up. We recently had my boy Nelson, the host of the GSMC Basketball Podcast, on Friday, so make sure you check out that segment. It was really good. It was cool. It was nice to kind of get a different perspective about a person that kind of like he knows about wrestling, but always awesome to kind of find out just what other fans are thinking about. That's what the Tips on Donations link are for, guys. That's what the GSMCpodcast.net chat. Talk to me. Absolutely love hearing different perspectives, different opinions. So, yeah, we also have Kenneth on football. Football, although the NFL is in its off season right now, it's always ready to go. It's always ready to go. So make sure you tune into those shows. We have the Andrew Tate show as well. Hoops and Heels, your one-stop shop for all women's sports. So yeah, honestly, thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And like I said, I will see you tomorrow. So hey, have a good night.